Hi teacher, I'm Thắng. Today I'm gonna present our wireframe of the forecast. Our main goal in designing these wireframes is to make the website closing the gaps easy for new user. The two key principles are speed and simplicity. As can be seen, this is the home page wireframes. It shows a clear top menu with four sections: health, education, compare, and about. Uh, we decide this way because a clean menu will have people recognize key content at a glance. New user can navigate immediately without confusion. Next, the about section explain what closing the gap is and government's commitments. In addition, the wireframe is text-based for clarity. The purpose of the website is easy to understand. We keep it simple because too many visuals could detract from the key message. Moving on, the health section present data such as life expectancy, disease rate, and access to healthcare. We As a result, large data sets become clear and easy to compare. This design is effective because tables organize number neatly, making trends easy to spot. Similarly, the education section shows data on attendance, completion rates, and year of study. It's used same table format as health section. Consequently, users save time and focus directly on the data. We chose this consistent design because it reduces the learning curve for new users. Finally, the compare section combines charts and table. Uh, Charts give a quick overview of trends, while table provides exact numbers. They offer both speed and detail. We decide it's this way because combining visual and numbers supports both quick impression and deeper analysis. In some, these defines model wireframe models and the structure of closing the gap website. Each design choice improves clarity, speed, and usability. The goal is to make the website accessible and simple for new users. Thank you for listening.
Hello, my name is Wang. Today I will present about ER models. I will share screen right now. Okay, you can see that here. I designed this ER models based on the requirement of the assignment and the data profiles. First, I start from the data from the table at layer 1. There include team member. Team member table with two attribute SID and name to store information about group member. The personas tables to store basic attribute of user group for the website and the total populations and the total populations table to store the total populations by state for the year 2016 and 2021. In addition, I create the guest table to store the name of state with link to the total population and other tables through the guest ID. The reasons for creating this table is that they name appear many times and are repeat, so separating them into a single table helps avoid messy data and make it easier to update if they name change in the future. I also design a LGA table to store the ID, name, and area size of each regions, and to connect this table with other table here. You can see that. connected. Moving on to level 2, for step 1, I design a health table to store patient data by regions, gender, indigenous status, and year. In addition, I create a disease table to store disease name which have avoid messy data and table access table access table to store uh, the gender. The website recognize this design also allow for adding new gender in the future if needed. For substantial, I design an education table to store data about the education qualifications of people in its regions, including both school level and other certificates. The data is stored by education level, gender, and indigenous status. I also create an academic qualifications table to store all type of qualifications which have prevents messy data and make it easier to add new one in the future. At level 3, in addition to the above table, I also design a population table to store the populations of its regions by age group, gender, and indigenous status, so that user can view more detailed data. I also create an age group data a group table to store information about a string, which have kept the data organized and make updates easier in the future. I have now introduced all the table and explained the purpose of creating them. If you want to see how the table are connected in detail, please check the report file. Thank you for listening.
Hello, teacher. My name is Phùng Quang Minh, and my SAD is S41287110. I am responsible for level 1 and level 2 for our group. Today, I will present our work for level 1. Our team is honored to present our web application for milestone 2 named Australia News, and our goal is to create a visual platform that have people easily monitor and better understand the progress of the closing the gap. For level 1, we focus on building two main page. Is the home page is here, and the second is the about page. Starting with the home page, this is the first page user can see. We have fully compiled with all project and identification requirements. So in the home page, you can see here we have the logo of the web. If you click on it, it can return to the home page. Also, you can use navigation is on here to move to another page. But moreover, you can click on for button here to move to it. Let me make a sample for you. Like I will click on the compare, then this will move into the compare page. And if I want to read back the home page, I can click on the logo or the home page. So I will click on the logo. And next one, we can see here this show the population statistic. This we varies and display the population by region for both 2015 and 2021. It is using a standard ER models and appropriate SQL queries. This data not only illustrate change over time, but also serve as the foundation for deeper analysis later. Next one is about the persona. We display the information about the target, the occupations, the goal, the need, and the pain point. And next one is the team information. Yeah, you can see here the name and the student ID in here. Moving to the about page. This page clearly explains why we built this website, streaming from the desert to provide the clear and understandable information about the progress of closing the gap. In here, you can see the reason in here. Also, the closing graph agreement outline can also show the 17 socio-economic target across. including from add the list in here. And moreover, we we also provide the user with the guide to use this website. From the home page, you can click the button in screen I talked before. So you can also make a selections in the right top corner in here in navigation. So that's we imply the designing a user-friendly and easy use for the users. Moreover, it can ensure the user have the intuitive and effective experience to use our website.
Hello everyone, my name is Lê Bác Khánh Hoàng and I will be, my SID number is 4132639 and today I will be responsible for level 2 of my group project, which is about health and education, showing the data of age and health condition by FJ or state in 2021, and also the education page showing the school and non-school completion by HA or state in 2021, both in that year. And we can navigate to that page through these two buttons on the top right corner, or I can click on these two icons like this one to enter the page, and I will start with the health page. And at the health page, you can see here that I have the showing that this is about the health statistic that is showing the total values of the indigenous people and age over 65 and the number of non-indigenous people in with asthma. And you can see it very clearly right here that I can show the digit, the disease of the patient, the gender of them, the year, and the indigenous and the count. And you can see I have been able to show at least 10 per 10 page 10 rows per page, and I can increase the number to from 50 to 500. And this two button is help us to see the top to down on the highest to the lowest or the lowest to the highest. This is the highest to the lowest. And as you can see, it has this count for mental health on female on 2021 for non-indigenous people. It is very clear for people to see it right here. And if I want to change from health statistic to education page, I can click on here or just go back to home and click on education. Both of this is working. And for this one, I will showing the education statistic. And this share the same UI UX for both health and education, since I think we as a group think this is very beneficial for people to have the good way to keep in touch with the data. And for this one, I will showing that also the digit, and the education name of this one is the rank, or I would say how high they been study. For some people, they don't go to school, or they just passed a year of elementary school, or they go to high school and go to university, and the year and also the count like this too. And I can be showing for 500 people, it's like this, or just 50. And I can click on this to see the next page, and I will be able to see from the highest to the lowest. This is very clear and easy to understand for new user, and also very attractive for people who are not very familiar, and our group make it easy for people to understand the data without knowing too much about using the website, and because it's really clear for people. And I think this is the end of my part. Thank you so much for listening.
Hello everyone, my name is Koi, and today I will be presenting the compare page, which is the part of the level 3 deep dive features of our project, Closing the Gap. This page is designed to let users analyze census data and compare indigenous and non-indigenous populations across health and education outcomes. The key aim is to clearly show how the gap has changed between 2016 and 2021. so that the progress and changes can be better understood. Okay, first walk through the interface. Here you can see the interface compare page. At the top, we have the data comparison analysis. Below that, you can see the set of features. First, the indicate group, which allows user to select whether they want to explore health or education outcomes. Next is categories, which lets them narrow the focus specific condition or education level. In the region, filter allows a choice between local, government area, or for the state and territories. Finally, the gender filter makes it possible to compare male, female, and both populations. Okay, let's talk about the front-end implementation. On the front end, this page is built with HTML, CSS, and Java integration for dynamic rendering. The drop-down menu are clear and intuitive, following usability heuristic to keep the interaction simple. Okay, as you can see here, when the user click apply features here, yeah, like that. Apply features, these input are sent to the backend, and the page update with the charts or table to improve clarity. The result highlight areas of the improvement in the green and the decline in the red. Okay, let's talk about on the back end on the census data from 2016-2021 is stored in our SQLite database with careful alignment across LGAs. When a user applies features, the system runs optimized SQL queries with joins to retrieve only the necessary data. Okay, this query calculate not just raw totals, but also the proportional differences and then compute the change in the gap over time. For performance, we aim to minimize the number of queries, ideally retrieving the comparison with a single SQL query. Okay, for easier to understand, I will give you an example. Suppose a user selects a education and did not go to school, region Victoria, and gender male, apply features. The compare page retrieved the relevant census data for 2016 and 2021, calculate the completion rate for indigenous and non-indigenous men, that and show both the gap and whether it has improved or worsened. This kind of analysis is powerful because it doesn't just present data, and it tells a story about progress and it highlights where attention is urgently needed. Okay. And here we also have a similar LGA board that you can choose one of the LGA here, and that will show you a similar score here, and you can also update a number of similar to display here. Yeah, that's at the end, and thank you for listening, and I hope this demonstration has shown how the compare page contribute to addressing the closing the gap social challenge.